there's marriage, God is going to put special things through marriage that you're going to be able to experience the Father's love. You know, the Father is a good Father. He's a good Father. And He makes marriage so that you can get a level of blessing that you've never had before. Now, yes, you've been together. Yes, you've shared love together. But today, God is creating something that never existed. You see, before, when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, you have love and you have sharing. But God said that a man would leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two would become one flesh. That means on this day, God is creating something that never existed before. And when He creates marriage, He creates a bond that's forged with something unbreakable. What is that? It's love. Now, a lot of people hear about love all the time. I mean, we're celebrating Valentine's Day. We're celebrating that season, and people use that word love frequently. But when God makes marriage, it's not a common love. It's not a love that many understand. You see, God made marriage with His love in mind. His love is an agape love. That's a Greek word that means it's a selfless, unconditional love. It is an uncommon love. Many people, when they get married, and we listen to things like romance, we hear one of them say things like this: I love the way you make me feel. I love how I am a better person when I'm around you. You complete me. If you notice, every one of those statements all has to do with that person. But God's love is different. God's love isn't focused on self. God's love is focused on giving, serving. And God's love is what makes a marriage. For the rest of your life, this beautiful, wonderful woman is to love you with God's love. This wonderful man is to love you with God's love. The Bible says in Paul's letter to the Ephesians that this love that you have is a witness and symbolic of the love Jesus Christ has for His bride called the church. Remember Manny? He gave his life for the church. What a tall order that God gives the man. But God gives this beautiful nurturing and picture of submission and love and care. That when you're together, it is wonderful. And God not only wants to bless you, He wants the whole world to see what His love looks like. Because many times the selfish love doesn't end well. Each one is trying to get what they need from the other person. But God's love, it's unbreakable. And I know you love the Lord, man. This man loves Jesus. You know, a lot of people say Jesus, but they don't understand what that name means. The name Jesus Christ, many people don't know. But Jesus actually means the one who saves. And Christ means the one who is anointed. It means power. When you put both of these things together, you get the one who has the power to save and deliver and help you in any situation. Isn't that awesome? Jesus Christ means the one who will never leave you nor forsake you. He will never fail because He is the manifestation of God's love. His love never, ever, ever has weakness. It never fails. And your lives are not being built on a worldly romance. It's heavenly. It's a strength that comes straight from the throne of God. And I know how God has touched your life. I've seen the tears of joy of how God has touched you. God prepared you for this day. You couldn't be together and have a marriage that was God's strength level marriage without Him doing work in your life before this day. Sometimes the work was hard. Sometimes it was lonely. Sometimes it was difficult. But He saw you through it.